I think I remember talking to a buddy from home. By all other intents and purposes, a great guy, and we were just talking about the George Floyd situation and how there was like BLM marches in Toronto that was happening, and he said something like, he's like, what are we doing? Like, haven't we done enough for racism in Canada already? And I was just like, I'm gonna let that go because I don't. What the fuck am I gonna say?
Right.
Do you know? But like, that's when the first time I thought about it, thinking like, I don't think this guy is even come in contact with more than a handful of black people in his life.
Fair.
Right. So like, what the fuck is he saying?
Right.
That we've done enough when you don't even know what needs doing.
And that's that to me, that last piece of what you said is the part that people are failing to understand.
Okay.
So going back to my high school of 900 people, there's 100 people in grade 9, there's 10% of us that are black. And then we had an influx of other immigrants. So Cambodia, there was an issue within Cambodia at the time. There was a lot of people immigrated from Cambodia. And just understanding racial diversity within that group. I very specifically remember there being points in time within our school as the black population started to grow that there was tension. So by the time I got to grade 11, I remember very specifically a full-out fight breaking in what was called the pit back in GL Roberts. There's this just open space, and there was a full-on fight over who's doing what and why are you here. And I was like,
right.
This is where we are. Again, at the time, being 4 foot nothing, and 100 pounds soaking wet, I'm not really the one pushing forward to actually have the overall conversation and argument, but it broke out across the groups. And when I say groups, within our school, you would literally see, you could go into the lunchroom or go out and see there's a group of black kids, because there was 10 of us that hung out like consistently. And we could float between groups, but we weren't accepted by some. And that's where the fights, and I remember very specifically that in grade 11, that was a fight when I started to see a lot of skinheads start to show up.
Okay.
And that's where it stemmed from. So I was like, if that's how the mentality is going to go forward, we have a lot to cover. In my young mind, I'm like, I'm no different than you, not realizing that they see me as completely different than them.